everyone, it's Dr. Rona. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm really feeling good about the topic that we're going to talk about because I feel that I get so many DMs on my Instagram about what courses you should do, how I got to where I got to. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background, and this is going to be a whistle-stop tour of the courses I recommend, what I've done, the websites involved, and who to contact. Before I continue, please don't forget to subscribe and like to my channel. So first of all, for those of you that haven't watched the videos about my story, you can scroll back to them. But in short, I was working in a very small NHS practice in Kent in the middle of nowhere. I literally was chilling with the sheeps in the countryside. And I felt like I had a calling towards cosmetic dentistry. And the reason was because I invested all of my time and money on different courses, including root canals, i.e. endodontics, surgical courses. But really what I loved about cosmetic dentistry was the fact that you could really have an impact on people's lives and really change their perceptions of dentists, as it were. And you know, I'm all about challenging those norms and giving people a better experience when it comes to teeth. So anyways, the first course that I did was one by Dr. Ash Palmer. You may have recently seen as well, there is a case study video that we did together, and I went back on his course, I'll tell you why. But in short, Ash Palmer's course involves treating somebody in lifetime. What I mean by that is that you're not working on a phantom head or on a model. You are literally treating a patient. So I bought a patient that had these old crowns and veneers, and we treated it together on the course. And I think it's so important because when you're really treating a live human being, you can see how difficult it is, you can work on the challenges, and you have an incredible tutor / mentor like Ash. So I definitely recommend that as early as doing it 1 year out of VT, for example, and getting that hands-on experience. So that was the best course that I did to really learn about veneers, crowns, etc. Now, the course that I went on to learn about aesthetic dentistry as a whole, so that covers all the different types of dentistry within the aesthetic realm, was Dr. Chris Orr. It's a 1-year aesthetic course, and I think it's amazing from a theory point of view to really understand the different concepts, the studies, the science, the knowledge, and Dr. Chris Orr is incredible at providing all of that information. I went on to go practice all these things, and I think it's really important that you do that because ultimately you want to make sure that when you're going on these courses, I had a pact to myself. For example, if I did the course on a Friday, then I would make sure that I was definitely implementing the stuff that I learned by Monday. I had to find a patient that needed that treatment or have that discussion with them, and I think that's super important. So Dr. Chris Orr's course was great for the theory, and Ash Palmer, as I said, for the practical hands-on when it came to veneers and smile design and so forth. Composite bonding has been such a hot topic, so I then went on to do Dr. Monique Vassant's aesthetic composite course called Totally Composite, and that's where I learned how to do edge bonding and composite veneers, and that's super amazing as well because he creates a really fun environment. He's an incredible tutor. He's also really accessible through WhatsApps, and he creates lots of different groups and study groups and so forth. So years go by and I'm learning all this stuff and implementing it. I went on to learn about Invisalign, I think about in my second year out of university, i.e. 1 year out of the foundation course, and that was because I really wanted to understand about orthodontics from the Invisalign eye. And it was really great because I started off with really easy cases and then went on to do more complex cases. And Invisalign is something that I'm very passionate about, and I actually went on to do a 1-year diploma. So I went on to do a 1-year diploma with Dr. Rahman, and that was at university. We had to do loads of exams, lots of theory was involved, and I actually did that only about 3 years ago. But there were definitely people on the course as well that had only come out of university 1-2 years, and they were going on the Invisalign diploma because it covers such a scope of orthodontics really, and you just don't think it's just Invisalign because you're learning so much theory and you're learning like an orthodontist. So it gives you that confidence to really take on these cases. So that was definitely something that I would recommend. Now, as for further education, I actually went back onto Ash Palmer's course last year, and the reason was because I wanted to learn how to do full mouth rehabilitation cases. So what I mean by that is centric relation cases. So centric relation is when the bite's completely collapsed and you're looking at really deprogramming the whole jaw and the bite and so forth. And doing those sorts of cases is really, really difficult, not only from a clinical point of view, but also from a medico-legal point of view. So I went back onto Ash's course and focused just on that, and we actually treated a patient together like that. Now, there's no point in me recommending endodontic courses or any of the other disciplines within dentistry, because really, I focus on aesthetic, and I think the most important thing is to be a master of a trade and not a jack of all trades, because if you're a master of your trade, you then focus on all of that. So from my point of view, focusing on ceramic work, bonding, you know, that's really where I want to be amazing at what I do, and that's where I really learned the skills that I did. So in short, really, I started 1 or 2 years out of university in VT. So learning never stops, guys, but ultimately I think there is no too soon time to start, if that makes sense. You know, you should be doing these things 1 to 2 years out of uni. If you don't know what you love, whether it's endo or cosmetic, it doesn't matter. You've got a lot of time to figure it out, but I think, you know, working on improving your skills is always going to help you. And definitely in this day and age, you cannot get away without a good camera, good loops, you know, documenting all of those processes. So let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.